Hi, this is Troy with Derby Dust. I'm here to show you how to put together the kit you purchased from us. When you get it, it's going to come in a plastic bag. You cut it open, it'll look like this, raw wood, ready to go. You're going to go ahead and paint it. You're going to prime it. It'll look like this after you're done priming it. This is a little dirty, but you're going to paint it with a white color primer. If you get fingerprints on it, it's okay, but what you're trying to do is keep the wood from sucking up all the paint. Paint your car this color. You will then be ready to install the stuff. To keep the paint off of the axle holes, you're going to put some blue painter's tape or any other type of masking tape on the axle holes. This will keep paint from coming off. You don't need a whole lot, just a small piece, and it'll cover up so paint doesn't get in it, and also so you can later prep the area with some dry lube to lube up the body. Once you paint it, you can go ahead and peel it all off, and you'll have it like that. If you don't have time to do that, it's fine. You can go ahead and paint it. As you can see, this surface is painted as well. You're going to go ahead and take out some Derby Dust, and you can go ahead and open it up. It'll come with some stickers. You can go ahead and stick that on your car, let them know how you won. It'll also come with this piece of paper that has a QR scan code on it, take you to our YouTube channel, show you how to do what we're doing. Open up the Derby Dust. We pop off the top. And then if you have a little sheet of paper or something, you can put a little bit of dust on it, like that, just a little pile to work with. Inside the wheel package, you go ahead and take that stuff out. Comes with a gap gauge, also comes with some of the Derby Dust. As a sample, you can use that as well. Open it up, take the pipe cleaner, put a little bit on it, tap it on the spot where you're going to have your wheel hub, kind of rub it in with your finger a little bit. That's going to help with the lubing process. You could also use a piece of sandpaper, 1000 grit if you have it, or if you don't have it, you can actually use a piece of paper. So this piece of paper that we send to you with the Derby Dust, you can actually use it to help you grind some of that lube into the spot. And so all you're trying to do is get it slick. And you can feel the difference from here to where you put it on the car body. From there, you'll take some of the Derby Dust, you'll put it on this camel leg pipe cleaner, you'll stick it into the hole of the wheel, and you'll start moving it in and out. You can turn the wheel a little bit. And what you're trying to do is work that graphite into the inner hub. And once the pipe cleaner gets kind of coated with that Derby Dust, you can move it in and out really well. And you'll see that that inner part is shiny, has a little bit of a silvery color to it. Alright, once you do that with all four of your wheels, you're going to set those aside. From there, you're going to take the Pro Axle Guide by Derby Works. You're going to use that, and you're going to put it over your grooved slot from your BSA car. Using a clamp, you can use this or a C-clamp. You have a little piece of tape there to protect the paint. You're going to clamp it down lightly, not so hard as to dent or crack your body. You'll take one of the axles that came with it. These are already been prepped for you. They're ready to be inserted. You need not do anything else to these axles. Go ahead and Gently insert it into there, making sure not to scratch the inner hub with the nail head. And you can see it spins really great right out of the box. You go ahead and insert that nail tip into here between the wood and the grooved nail head, or the grooved axle guide, and you just kind of slightly push it into there. Okay. From there, you're going to take the axle install tool. That way this reduces hammering or any other banging on it. You'll also take it with the perfect gap gauge. You'll put the gap gauge behind the wheel, between the body and the hub of the tire, and then you will take your install tool handle and push it in to the body of the car. Okay, and it'll go in. It might take a couple of times. You may have to grunt and groan a little, but you're not going to crack your vehicle, your Pinewood Derby car, with a hammer or misalign the wheel. Okay, so you've got that one side in. And I'm just taking the clamp off so that I could show you. Once it's in, it's in. Okay, if your clamp comes off or comes misaligned, it's easy. You just put it right back over where you originally put it, reclamp, and put the next one in. Okay. Once again, I just barely started it. I'll start pushing. This is the other technique we use. Start pushing it in when it's close to being all the way in. Take the gap gauge, put it back behind there. And then finish pushing it in. Okay. Do that for the front and the back of the vehicle. It's done in the same way. Clamp it on and continue with the wheels in the same way you did before. Put the gap gauge behind there. Finish with the install. If for some reason your block slides a little bit when you're pushing, you may have to undo it, straighten it back out, move it over so that you don't dent that wheel hub with the edge of that tool. Take this, put it back in. And this Pro Axle Guide is a lifesaver when we're talking about putting these in. It's made by Derby Works. It's available for sale on our website. Okay, so notice how I had a little shaky right there. I just kind of made sure I got it in there and started it slow, and then you can just bear down on pushing on it. Okay, so that's installed. Take off your Pro Axle Guide, put it aside. Take your handle, put it aside. Okay, so now you have your wheels installed. Okay, you can check to make sure your gap's right. If you don't like it, you can adjust it more with the tool. Push it in, push a little more. Okay, once you've done that, you're now going to take some Derby dust, and we recommend using our puffer Derby dust. This Derby dust is basically a sample and just to pack, or basically just to prepare the hubs. To really lube the car up, we suggest you use this full amount. You just start puffing some lube in there, start working it in, spin the wheels. Okay, flip it over, backside where the groove is. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing, dump some of the Derby dust down in there in the hub, just kind of start spinning it. Okay, and as soon as you put it on there, you'll notice right away it gets really smooth. Okay, and you notice it's just kind of going everywhere. So I'd suggest put down something that you don't mind getting dirty. Most of the derby dust, we get it all over ourselves, washes off in regular wash. As you notice, I'm wearing a white shirt. I've worn it before and it's still white. Not going to happen with all fabric, but just make sure that you don't have any like expensive silk or something like that you don't mind getting dirty, because there's never too much lube. Because what you're going to do is you're going to work in, and what's going to stick is going to stick, what's not is going to come out, and you're just going to keep doing it until you get as much to stick as possible. And notice I put a bunch in there. You can tap it a little bit, get it to go into the groove between the nail head and that hub, and just spin it, and that extra will come flinging off. And you just kind of puff it on there. Okay. And yeah, it looks like we're wasting it, but it's not really a waste when you're talking about trying to win the derby, right? So we've got a bunch of this derby dust on there. Went over all the other ones. Okay. If it gets on your paint, notice I haven't rubbed it in. I'm just going to blow gently, and most of it will come off. Alright, so then you can take a little maybe paper towel or something, gently brush it. It will show up on light colored cars a lot, but as you notice, this is a dark colored car, shows up really little. So from this point on, you're ready to go ahead and use our treadmill technique. You can find that on our Derby Dust YouTube channel. From there, you can go ahead and work on tuning your car, get it into shape, break-in process, whole 9 yards, be ready to win the Derby. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. You can do it at tech@derbydust.com, TECH@derbydust.com, and we'll be happy to answer any questions. Thank you.